Good evening and salutations, my Days of Our Lives fans. You know what? Start with Kate. Here's the thing about Kate, in my eyes. Kate was winning. Kate was doing great. And I gotta give props to an extent because they didn't keep this whole baby going, for like weeks and weeks at a time. Like another soap opera I'm not gonna sit there and mention, but, nope, they just got right to it. Great. Um, we're still at the scene where Kate shot Clyde, and she has a gun, and she's toying around, and they're deciding on if she sit there and kill him at this point. But then Abe comes, the fun police comes, and Kate returns Allie's baby back to her. And it's going all well, and she sits there and she talks to Allie about what happened, and then we start to get back into problems again. It's like Kate kind of turned into a bit of a Karen, and I hate saying that, but because again, and not to sit there and just kind of reiterating the same thing, but she's all like Trip Dalton did this, and he's gonna pay, and blah 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 blah, and it just goes right back into Jesus Christ. We were doing so well, Kate. We were doing so well, and of course, somehow they had to find a way to get out. I'm trying to see both sides of it, and not trying to call her full Karen, but I get it. It's her granddaughter. She's protective. She wants to make sure justice gets served. She's upset. She's hurt. She's angry, and I get all those emotions, and I'm all behind that. But of course, where I stand on this whole, we need kind of proof before you just assume somebody did something just because someone said something, and I'll just leave it at that because I'm just not. Let's see. I was going to really sit there and talk about Nicole, but honestly, tell you the truth, I'm not going to lie, she didn't really do much of anything. I mean, yeah, great, she was a supporting character, and of course, she was sitting there telling Allie that it wasn't her fault, and yada 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 yada. And I get it, she's trying to be supportive, and she doesn't want her to stress out. She's not going to just come right out and be like, yeah, well, maybe if you didn't, walk away when, this total stranger was in the house. Just saying, I know she's not going to say that, but again, the whole babying Allie, it's not your fault, it's this man's fault, and yada yada yada. To some extent, I get it, but again, it's like, at some point, we kind of need to have Allie, be an adult, and not acting like a 15-year-old little girl. Just throwing it out there. Other than that, yeah, she didn't really do much of anything, so it's kind of no point of really talking about it, except for, I guess her and Kate sort of buried the hatchet or whatever they had before I was watching the show. And Kate was doing great, Kate was doing great. She was winning. And, again, I'm just going to leave it at that. So let's talk about Kayla, Roth, and Steve. Once again, great job, Dave. They didn't sit there and have her held captured for like weeks and weeks and days and days. Steve busted through that door like the Kool-Aid man, and it was great. He saved her, and we just ended that whole whatever that Roth was gonna do. By the way, he actually called himself a mad scientist, so yeah, so Steve saves Kayla. Kayla's upset about her previous experience, and then, she tells Steve, like, listen, if he did it, we kind of got to deal with it. Just throwing it out there. And, listen, I'm not going to sit there and try to give Trip a pass, because, again, him just full-blown denying the paternity test, it wasn't a good idea, and a lot of the things that he did wasn't exactly the smartest idea. So, again, I'm not sitting there saying that he didn't do it. We weren't there, no one knows what happened, but, I mean, yeah, listen, if he did it, Steve gotta deal with it, Now we had Chad, Gwen, and Abby that seemed like they just kind of came out of left field, literally. Um, because they're all at the house, and Eli calls um, Chad and tells him what happened, that they caught him and everything like that. And of course, Ralph makes his one phone call to Gwen. And Gwen is possibly like the worst liar. She's among the worst liars. She makes up some sort of BS story about how she has to go down to see her friend and I don't know, make sure that she's okay. This mysterious friend that no one hasn't seen, and we all just assume that Claire was her only friend, but apparently she has a mysterious friend. Okay. So of course she goes down to the police station and she talks to Ralph, and Ralph is like, "Hey, so you need to get me out of here. If you don't, I'll tell you a secret." So after this back and forth and a Mary Poppins reference, because why not? She finally convinces him, "Listen, I can't break you out of prison. I can't do a distraction, and even if I could, it wouldn't solve anything because it'll make me look guilty with being with you again by association." And of course she convinces him, "Hey, the best way to sit there and get back at Chad is to blow up Abby's lives because, destroy Abby's life because, well, we don't really know why." I don't mean to sound so sarcastic, but at this point, it's just, again, I'm going to sit there and take revenge on Abby for reasons unknown to everyone except for her. And Ralph is just like, "Alright, fine, but you're going to have to do something for me. Whatever this is, she's going to have to do it." Now, of course, back at the house, Abby's all like, "Oh, well, she's pretty much my best friend, this, that, and the third. Because the kids like her, and I'm not going to lie, I've never met someone so naive before to just... I mean, it's one thing to hire her as a nanny and to kind of be somewhat, on good terms, but to be, it's not to saying that she's practically family. It's like, really, Abby? I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know what she was like before I started watching this. So maybe the other people, she really is somewhat that naive, but I mean, hell, even Chad is like, all right, let's not go. Let's not go too far, I mean, Chad was like, yo, her story just doesn't really track, she just has to see her friend at the middle of the night that we don't know about. Like, what is going on? And of course, Abby being Abby is deciding to give her the benefit of the doubt because, I don't know, I guess she needs friends, and apparently there's a shortage of friends in Salem that I didn't know about. I mean, hell, before I was watching the show, who was actually her friend? Because I feel like she needs to find friends and, like, 1 second. Find some sort of friends, I mean. So, let's talk about Ben. So, Ben is still at the police station with Eli, and, Eli's pretty much just kind of giving her the third degree. And, this is after everyone's caught and stuff. And, Eli tells Ben about, his dad and, being shot and stuff. And Ben's like, "Well, can I see him?" Now, Eli's like, "I'm sorry." What? You want to see the baby kidnapper? Are you serious? The guy who literally can get you arrested. I could arrest you for this. You do know that, right? Eli's at this point is like, "You know what? Listen, Sierra's murder tomorrow. Just go. Just leave my sight now." Like, he's just had enough. And I got to be honest, I really can't blame him. So he goes to see Clyde, and I don't know why it's like an eyelash in my eye, but I'm just gonna keep going. So yeah, he goes to see Clyde, and he's talking to him. And, well, first of all, he's giving him third degree, like, about him stealing the baby, this, that, and the third. He's just upset with him because he gave him the benefit of the doubt to hide him, and he, once again, screwed him over and kidnapped the baby. And I think, Ben says something along the lines of, how could it be a God in this world if Sierra's dead and you're still alive? And I was like, I want to feel sorry for Clyde, but I can't. I mean, besides the fact that you kidnapped the baby, you also beat Ben when he was younger, so I have no sympathy whatsoever. And with that being said, Clyde is like, yo, listen, I can still do that job. You know, I know you want to kill that guy, and I don't want you to sit there and go to jail for it. You know, I want you to have an air, you know, type. Like, I want you to be clear from it, you know, so let me just take care of it. Ben, being Ben for some odd reason, is just like, no, I'm going to do it myself because, you know, I want him to know that I killed them. And I'm like, alright, so, once again, your dad, that's an actual piece of trash. Your somewhat dead wife / girlfriend, and I know that technically she's his wife, but I mean they were like married for like less than an hour, so I'm not really kind of holding that whole marriage thing up. The point is, you're seeing illusions of your loved one telling you not to do it. Your piece of a crap father is telling you not to do it, and Ben is like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm sorry, but I can't sit there and be easy on him. That's just dumb for so many reasons, but it's, I don't know, it's a soap opera, so I guess that's what we're doing. Yep, I think I'm actually done. Yeah, I'm actually done. And if I'm not done, if I missed something, please let me know in the comments at the bottom. You know, let me know in the comment section. What did you like? What did you not like? I know, you know, I was being a little kind of harsh and sarcastic about Ben, but, I mean, come on. I've done said this to I'm blue in the face, and I've read comments of people saying the same thing, so it's like, you know what, let's just let it happen and just talk about it afterwards and go from there. Yeah, but with that being said, I want to thank everyone so much. I was not good yesterday. I want to thank everyone who left me comments at the bottom. You know, even people who didn't watch my General Hospital reviews left comments, and I really appreciate it. And I'm not gonna lie, I sit there and I look at it, and I'm like, you know, if I would have watched, 1 second, I gotta say, whatever medication that I took really messed me up. But on the flip side, I'm not gonna lie, even though I couldn't focus too much, if I would have did GH before, I'm pretty sure I would have been able to probably do that review a little bit. I mean, it would have been like crap a little bit, but it would have been easier to focus because, well, Days is just more condensed, and it's just more focused on the characters that they choose to do. And I was thinking about that yesterday and this morning. I was like, you know, I felt kind of bad a little bit that I didn't do my review. But then I was like, man, I think it's supposed to be like 10, 12 characters. Like, I'm like, yo, there was no way I was going to sit there and do that review and made any sense whatsoever. But with that being said, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for the support. Be safe. Let me know what you thought of this episode. I will catch everyone tomorrow. I might do my review a little bit later because I'm actually going to go out and vote. I want to kind of do that in the morning, so I don't know how long it's going to take, but hopefully I should be back before 12 o'clock and still kind of get the, you know, watch the episode and do my review. But if I don't, it's because I'm probably waiting online to vote. So with that being said, I'm going to go. Be safe. I will catch you in the next review.